Kia ora, I'm Charlotte Macdonald. My book is Garrison World, Redcoat Soldiers in New Zealand and across the British Empire. Garrison World tells the story of the 18,000 or so British soldiers who were ordered to New Zealand between the 1840s and 1870. It tells the story of the power they exercised and its consequences. I wrote this book to answer the question why it was that New Zealand went from a place of talking and treaty making to a place of bloodshed and violence, and why a garrison and a military presence became such a permanent and conspicuous part of the colony, and why it was that across the empire as a whole there seemed an explosion of violence. I hope readers take from Garrison World a greater understanding of the process by which the Garrison World contributed to the resetting of relations of power, from the early 1840s and that treaty-inspired world to one in which the colonial state exercised authority. What might surprise readers in the book? So the military had a much, much wider presence than simply the fighting or the military in the strictest sense. They were also huge feeders of the colonial economy, which was often quite fragile. Soldiers' pay, but more the supplies to the commissariat, were a huge injection of capital into what were very small local economies. I hope Garrison World expands the stage on which we understand the history of Aotearoa New Zealand, to extend it in such a way that it's part of that wider, dynamic, extraordinarily powerful global empire, the most powerful empire of the 19th century, and what happened in New Zealand was part of that bigger story.